Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 551 of FloWrestling Radio Live. Special Friday edition. 4 shows this week, you lucky dogs. To my right, Stephen Kyle Brackey, typing away at his Facebook friends, of which he has so many. He's very popular on Facebook, Stephen Kyle. And of course, Ben Funky Askren. Ben, we got to watch wrestling last night. How was that?
It was good. I was at practice, so the only match I caught live was Yanni. I circled back and watched the other ones. It was fun. I mean, I'm really happy we got to watch some wrestling. Obviously, it would have been better like if there was a huge crowd there and whatnot. And I know I don't want to distract from the wrestling, but like UFC finally had their first press conference, and I did this bit on Twitter the week about how like it just missed something. When there's not that personal interaction, you just miss something. And UFC finally did a press conference yesterday, and it was like, yeah, it kind of feels like we're back. It feels like there's something here. So I was pumped to watch live wrestling. Crowd would have been nice, but I can't complain.
Yeah, it is strange. I don't like it, but I guess if it's that or nothing happening, I accept it. But yeah, it's the world is getting too comfortable with Zoom and no people and 6 feet away. It's not. Those things aren't good. They're necessary right now, but it is not ideal.
Not healthy.
No, it's not healthy at all.
You're closer than 6 feet to Kyle Brackey every single day.
We live together.
Yeah,
At your own peril.
Yeah, we have a whole commune situation.
It's a compound.
Yeah, it's a compound. It's totally impenetrable. So yeah, let's talk about the action. We had some great wrestling last night. I think it got started with Shilson and Charlotte, and shout out to Charlotte for stepping up, taking the match, but Emily Shilson, as we probably expected, on a different level.
Yeah,
she scored kind of leg attacks, short offense, parterre. She's just too legit.
Yeah, I think we have a little clip of her. But like you're saying, Fowler took the match on
literally a day's notice?
Yeah, pretty much a day's notice.
That is not.
But no worries if we can't play it.
That's not Emily Shilson there.
That is there we go.
There it is. Yeah, she is very good. Ranked, I believe, 7th at 50 kilos, but still extremely young. Just finished up her freshman year of college. So she's going to be...
She's still junior eligible?
I think so.
Probably, yeah.
She definitely looks juniorish. So, anyways, that was a good way to get it started. Then, I don't necessarily remember the order, but I think Colon and Gross was next. Yeah. And...
Dude...
I guess they're just only gonna wrestle matches like that. I kind of
you guys had the over set at 14. Yeah, I told you the most sure bet on the board, and they scored 36 points.
Well, my most sure bet on the board also hit as well, which was Gable.
Ooh, Gable.
Yeah, but yeah, I just incorrectly assumed they would make some adjustments so that. But no,
Christian, I think you were right. Kind of the first minute or two, I think they both had this idea that we are gonna, play a little more conservatively. But then what I correctly assumed is they could play that game for 2 minutes, but they're gonna go back to their own selves at some point, and then they did, and then then there's 36 points on the board.
My favorite move of the night was when Gross. He gets in Cologne's short offense, and he just waits for him to run behind. And like the whole time, I was like, he's just waiting to hit this thing, and boop, hops over.
He does, but didn't the refs mess that one up because they went 2-2, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get confused on what they're seeing, but
that specific move. We teach it at our academy, and we say for freestyle, Seth Gross does it a lot. The referees call it wrong relatively frequently. They're just not seeing what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't. To me, it's so clear. That's one. That's not the one, but it was similar to the thing that Dayton Fix hit on. Who did he hit on? Did he hit it on? He hit it on someone. I can't remember.
I don't remember Dayton Fix ever hitting this.
It's not exactly like that, but it's one where you kind of roll across your own back. I think almost with a leg in. Just forget I said anything. I'll find it and I'll produce the evidence on Tuesday. It is not the same thing at all, but It presents a similar challenge for the official in terms of calling it because you have to. This guy did roll across his own back to do this thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was good match.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious how I believe it was multiple times. And it was just in one of those clips you showed where Joe would gut him, and then Seth would reverse him to his back, and then Joe re-gutted him. Did you guys just show that sequence?
The reversals killed Gross
right
because
here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, so Joe's gonna gut him, boom, and then Seth's gonna get a reversal for 2 points, and Joe's gonna re-gut him again after it. Right. So now Seth scrambles here. He gets 2 right there, boom, and then Joe's like, "Nah, I'm gonna score some more points," and he's gonna re-gut him, boom, right on his back. Right
That's not even a gut. He just he just popped the
elbow.
What do you call that? A gut
chop tight waist. Chop tight waist.
Literally, it was like
okay, fair enough.
Fake attempt at a tilt. That's not exactly locking his hands around. I don't know. To me, it's like I don't think our 57 rep can have this kind of liabilities for either of them. You can't have the ability for 15, 17 points to be scored on you in a 6-minute match, and their names get thrown in the 57 mix, and they're definitely in the mix. And Joe Colon is a world medalist, but man, I just don't think you can have those kind of holes.
Yeah, I mean, so I see what you're saying. I saw that in the doc. But I also feel like, say Nick Suriano, these guys don't just give up crazy points. I mean, Seth beat him, right? And then Joe had that really close match with them. And obviously you guys would consider Nick Suriano another really top contender in this weight class. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think both of these guys, like I said, they kind of tried to have a fear of each other for about 2 minutes yesterday. And then they just decided, I don't really feel that way anymore. I'm just going to do what I do. But I think other people have a healthy fear of their abilities also, right?
Yeah.
So, so we're talking Gilman, Spencer Lee, and Dayton Fix. They don't want to be in some of these positions. If those guys are in some of the positions against Colon and Seth Gross, they're going to lose those positions. It's that simple. So those other guys do have a relatively healthy fear of the positions they get in.
Yeah, as far as when you're building the bracket, no one's going to want to see these guys. I just can't see them making the run all the way through and then winning a 2 out of 3, right? It's just, I think at some point, the leg defense or your parterre defense or something, that it's just not sustainable, especially as deep as we think we are at 57.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, totally, right? But then it's like, off almost all of Colon's gut wrenches, Seth did get some points, right? He would score a reversal or he'd get him on his back like that one. So it's like, how many other people in the bracket are even going to try to gut Seth? I mean, maybe Dayton Fix, but I don't even see Spencer or Gilman trying to gut him.
I think Spencer will try parterre off. I mean, he's got a good trap arm, Spencer does. Yeah. I don't know, man. I could see Spencer working some cuts. But yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, two unique wrestlers, that's for sure. They're wild cards in this scenario.
Yes, that's totally for sure. So did anyone actually bet on the under? Because if they did, I'm going to laugh at them.
Yeah, if you did, you're a crazy person.
Yeah. Well, could you actually bet on these?
No.
Well, I thought you guys were having a contest.
With the pick'em contest.
Yeah, the pick'em contest. I don't know.
Wasn't it off of the lines?
I don't know, actually.
I thought it was off the lines. That's what it appeared to me.
Yeah, no, it was. It was off the lines. So yeah, I'm sure some people did. Hopefully not because of my influence, at my suggestion, because that was very wrong. What they score? What was the final total?
21-15 to 36.
Classic. 36. They did not outscore the Browns and
they did not.
Bengals. They really put some points
up. I kept making that joke in the chat that they were going to score more than the Browns and Bengals combined last night, but then the Browns and Bengals put up 35 and 30 respectively.
Yeah,
so.
Good for them. Do you think they were watching Beat the Streets and said, we've got to show Bracky?
Yes, they saw that and they were like, we have to clown Bracky tonight.
Baker Mayfield was not happy.
Baker and Joey B.
So Kozak, points out, and this is kind of what I was saying in chat, is like Gilman beat Cologne 4-3 in a really close match. Just like against other guys, for whatever reason, this will almost always
just that
happen.
Combination.
It's like, what the other combination, which is the exact opposite end of this spectrum, is Vic Soriano. Yeah. Vic Soriano's always going to be boring. It's never going to be a high-scoring match. Just like Colon Garros are never going to be under 20 points or so. I mean, they're always going to be high teens in the 20s, but they can wrestle other guys, a lot closer, a lot differently.
Yeah, it's just some freaky combination. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. You might have swung me there. Victoria Francis widened the gap over Glaude. Kind of a one exchange sort of match. Caught the 4 and then transitioned parterre for the 10-0.
Yeah, we have the 4-point move here. Yeah, like I said, this was a 1-point match. So it was 3-2 in December, and she gets that 4-pointer and then went to work on top.
Mike and Bader talked about it at the time, but no issues on that 4. I thought that was Francis's points, right?
Well, I mean, really, she kind of went to the wrong side, but Glaude totally lets go of the legs, so then it's got to be Francis's 4. There's just kind of no other way to call that.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm saying? When you're doing a traditional chest wrap, you want to go over the head, not putting them to that other side. But when she pulls it off the legs like that, then there's really no argument that it's Glaude's points anymore.
I agree with that. Rustam Ampar still got it, ladies and gentlemen.
He looked good.
Man, he looked really good. He kind of scored a lot of different ways against our guy Jack.
You guys should have made him a deal, though, that since he was such a last-minute fill-in, you guys should have only made him wrestle 1 period.
He made it. He still won.
Barely.
I was joking around. I was joking around with the guys in our chat because I watched the interview with him a few hours before the event, and Bader asked him how his shape was, and he said not bad. And I was like, for a Russian, that is not good.
Yeah.
Like he is going to die, but as you can see here, his defense was unbelievable.
And also, like, it's something we always talk about with the Russians. It's like they can be pretty tired and they just suck it up and can like wrestle hard. Other than Musakayev, who has a full body breakdown, these guys.
Well, what about Boltakayev? He would fall over sometimes.
Well, they
gave him a pill.
They gave him the pills. Yeah, they pumped him full of pills. What can you say? In general, Boltakayev did not get tired. Only Rio Boltakayev.
Well, he had some extra supplements for a minute there.
He had
helped him not get tired.
Then he got reverse supplementation at Rio, and that totally screwed everything up.
For real.
But yeah, Ampar looked good. Good.
He really did. So how old is he? Is he? I guess he's not competing anymore. He's just a coach, and that's it. Because he looked good enough.
So he says he's not gonna compete this year because he's having neck problems. Like,
clearly.
Yeah, something's wrong with his neck. And in the interview with Bader, he's like, I won't be able to put like a whole tournament together now. But
because I was just gonna say you guys should do a 140-pound bracket, 135-pound bracket. Throw Ampar in there, throw Kinchi in there, and then some good Americans, and we're all set.
Maybe he'd do that though. Maybe he'd consider.
Yeah.
Also, like
he just told bracket not a whole tournament.
Well, three matches. Maybe that's not a whole tournament in his eyes.
That's not. Well, I think he's thinking like Russian nationals. Like,
yeah. So he could do that.
64-man bracket full of salty Russians.
Yeah.
All right. Daggone, Gable Dan Steveson is so freaking good.
Oh my gosh.
I just don't understand when he loses ever. I pick him to win everything. I'll pick him to make the Olympic team. I'll pick him to win the Olympics. I'll pick him to win the WWE Intercontinental title. I said everything, Ben. Name a contest.
So I just want to be very specific because Bracky still owes me some push-ups. You are saying
he does too.
That Gable Steveson will beat Nick Gwiazdowski to make the 2021 Olympic team.
I thought he was going to make the team in 19. It was very close. He lost to Gwiz.
Both matches were on criteria.
Yeah, he lost twice by criteria. Yeah, I think he'll make the team.
Wow. Okay, it's a big deal.
I mean, I guess. Is it really?
He's still really young. Gwiazdowski's a multiple-time world medalist. Is it like a stretch? No, it's not a stretch. But is it a big deal? Yeah. I mean, Gable's still at 2021. How old is he going to be? 21 years old? 20 years old?
Yo, he's still junior eligible, I'm pretty sure.
He might still have cadet eligibility. We don't even know.
We don't even know. If he was in Russia, he would be a first-year cadet.
Listen, I think I think he definitely had junior eligibility this year. So he's not.
Yeah.
So he's not 21. He's 20 or 19.
Yeah, that's true. Gable Dan Steveson, but he's just ahead of his time. Yeah. He won juniors as a second-year cadet, right? Won Junior Worlds as a second-year cadet. He is just ridiculous,
third, right? 17.
He won't be
17 to wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah.
He won't be 21 until next May 31st.
He won't be 21 until next May 31st. Yeah, so he would make the Olympic team when he's 20.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's freaking. I mean, guys, the amount of people who've done that is really, really small. I mean, even Henry, as young as he was 21 when he made the team.
He was 21. So how old was Pico when he lost? Was he 19 or 20?
I think he was 19, turning 20 soon, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Snyder was 20, correct, when he made the team? When he made the Olympic team?
Yeah, these names are the names that these are Gable's peers from in terms of age level. I mean, in terms of age level success, he had more than all of them. He had better success than Kyle, in my opinion, and Pico for sure. Pico never won Junior Worlds, right? Henry, I don't think ever won. He's certainly not the level that Gable did, and Gable's just Gable's getting better. I don't think he's ever beaten Hilger like that. I mean I shudder to think how many points he could have scored if there were no tech falls.
We had his double to lace transition here was unbelievable.
They did not score the lace transition, correct?
I know.
Right.
No, they didn't.
Doesn't matter. It's still just ridiculous looking. I mean, the power and the speed and the footwork, the way this guy moves his hands and feet in concert, he's special. Now,
I think we can all agree he's better at freestyle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not even close.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. He's better at freestyle.
Chuck Yegla. Oh, boom! That is so smooth.
Is that not the smoothest? 17 made the Olympic team. Jimmy Carr.
Yeah. So I don't want to discount Jimmy Carr, but this is when they had those really tiny weight classes, like 110 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean obviously
designed for 17-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean there's no adults that are 110 pounds. But the whole Carr family obviously is insanely good.
Yes, they are. So, yeah, I mean, Gable looks fantastic. Hope we get to see him wrestle some more. He says he put on 20 pounds of muscle. That sounds audacious, but he looked big and strong. That's what he
looked thicker, I thought.
I thought he looked bigger.
Really? I don't feel like he looked any bigger.
He looked big. I thought his legs looked bigger, which is crazy because he has big legs. I thought his shoulders looked big.
Well, what did he weigh in at? Did he have to weigh in or no?
I don't know if they had. I'm sure they had weigh in.
They weighed in because I saw Hilger on the scale, but I don't know what he weighed in at.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. What do you think? Gable's 260 now.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know what he was before. I would have guessed previously he was about 250, and that's kind of where he looks like to me. Like it doesn't look apparent that he's that much bigger when I just watch him wrestle. I don't see it, but I could be wrong.
Well, maybe you could gain 20 pounds of muscle, but not gain 20 pounds, right? There's a conversion. It's kind of funny math.
Sure.
Think about that.
Fair enough.
Spin zone.
Think about that.
Spin zone for Gable. Okay, and then the big one. Yanni versus Kinchegashvili. Oh.
Is Gable entered in U.S. Open?
He said at this time he doesn't know, which I take to mean no.
Dang it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But he's qualified for all the things.
Yeah.
So I see why he would not. Did he do senior nationals? I guess not.
No.
Why didn't he?
What do you mean?
The last year in Fort Worth.
He did not. No.
He did not. Why is he qualified? Because he made Final X?
I don't know. Probably past world medalist, cadet junior world medalist.
Okay. That just qualifies you for the trials?
I don't think it does, Brick.
I don't think that's it.
He's qualified somehow.
He's definitely qualified. I just don't know why.
Did he wrestle at the U.S. Open in 2019?
No, that's what senior nationals is. Oh, do you mean like the April?
The April.
You mean April?
That qualify you?
But I don't think. I mean, that was 2019 June. He makes the Final X against Gwizdowski. I don't think that would qualify you though.
Yeah, I don't think you're just in because you made Final X. It's interesting.
So Dave Hilger, Trent's dad's in the chat saying Gable is 270 something.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, then he's put on some weight.
Yeah, so he was never 270 before. So if he really is 270, then yeah.
My gracious. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of beef there.
Gable won Bill Farrell.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dom. Yes. There it is, Bracky. Thank you. Okay, so Gable's so good. He's bigger. We'll see what it translates to. Are you ready for the main event? Yes.
Sorry, I do that thing. I apologize. I know you get annoyed. But, then it's like, well, if we stop talking about Gable, then it'd be weird to weave him back in later. My bad.
No apologies necessary. Okay. So 4-4 win for Kinchegashvili. Early exchange I thought was super interesting because it was so close. I think it was a really close call. I think they did it right.
Can we play that?
Yeah, we've got it.
We got it. Let's do it. The first Yanni Kinchegashvili exchange. It's Yanni in on
Yanni exchanges are tough to just talk about, right? You got to actually see them.
How does this happen? This guy is just only in these is it, isn't it kind of scenarios. All right, here we go. I think we're about to see it.
This is like a full match highlight, so we'll need to run it back a few times.
So yeah, that's the exchange. It's really fast, single leg, and Kinchegashvili.
So what's your take, Christian?
I think it was right. 2-1.
I think it was right also.
I thought Yanni was going to get him here.
Yeah,
I really did. Too. I did think he was going to get this lace. Kinchegashvili. I will be the one on the show that doesn't mess. This was, I felt like, the biggest tactical mistake there from Yanni. It was went for that, maybe a little overzealous on the edge, looking for a throw by. But this left side was so nice, and him being able to finish here, hanging tough with the far ankle. Now, this is an interesting one because sometimes they won't call this two, and sometimes they will.
Yeah. I mean, that's two. To me, that's two. Head outside, hips are covered. They're on their butt. I don't see how that's not two, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Sometimes they don't call it.
I like it as two, and I think when you're between the legs, almost a la J.O. Stieber position, I like that not being two because we've seen in so many instances. I think even Gross from this position, they can take guys over. Jameel Kelly was really good. Jared Freier's really good. Andy Rovat. Mm-hmm. So I like that that's not two, but head outside, I like that being two.
Yeah.
And plus, when the guy has the foot, it really makes it tough to work up. So, all in all, two really evenly matched wrestlers. What were your overall thoughts, Ben?
It was a typical Yanni match, and that's one of the things you say he was going to put more pressure on or be more offensive. He didn't really come through on that. I know it was something that he said he was going to do. He's just so good that he's going to be in matches with all of these guys who are the best in the world. But at some point, he's going to have to probably develop a little more dynamic offense, start separating himself from some of the people.
Yeah. He in his interview afterwards was referring to, he hadn't been able to wrestle much lately in matches, and he knows he didn't wrestle his best. Didn't make any excuses, but I think generating offense is just going to be the most important thing for him, and being able to consistently attack and get the legs and finish on the best guys is really, really hard. But he's clearly right there with the best. He's beaten some of the best. He's rarely – when has Yanni been like just outclassed in a match, like beaten convincingly? When's the last time that's happened?
Never.
I have no recollection since he's been at college, at least.
In his adult life, never. Correct?
No, I don't think so. He lost to McKenna super close. He lost to Zane several times super close. He also wins some close ones as well.
Yeah.
Musakayev. He looked outclassed for like 48 seconds against Musakayev, but that was just Musakayev actually just being ridiculous. And then he won. So
that could have been if Musakayev scores one more point, then that could have been, a blowout.
But even in some of those exchanges, it was like with Musakayev. He looked just a little maybe overzealous in positions, but like you could tell they were like wrestling peers. But then, he's there with everyone. I don't know if anyone blows him out. If someone, there's some really good 65 guys that he hasn't faced yet. That I think a Tobier would be a tough match for Yanni potentially.
Yep. Well, that's I mean, against any of those guys who are and there's a lot of really good ones at that weight class. I feel like they're all going to be competitive.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to win 9-2 against very many of those best guys. It's going to be 6-4, 4-4, 4-2, those type of matches.
One thing I was, I picked Yanni to win. I thought he would kind of pull away late. I was just a little dubious of, like, really intense motivation for Kinchegashvili to win this match, and I thought it'd be a really big spot for Yanni, and I thought that would potentially be a difference maker. Kinchegashvili, this match was important to him, and you could see that in the wrestling and his reaction after the match. He gutted it out.
Yes.
Yanni kind of said that, he was tired, but he really dug in and fought through it, Kinchegashvili. So it was important, and sometimes in these exhibitions you don't know, but, man, Kinchegashvili wanted to win and won the match.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in to see him wrestle some more. If he's going to be permanently or a lot of time in America, I think, we should put him against some more Americans because that's always fun to watch. I wouldn't mind watching him and Zane or him and J.O. or any of those guys.
Yeah. He is undefeated against Americans.
Kinchegashvili?
Let's give him an L then, Bracky. How about that?
let's just make him wrestle a match every week until he loses.
He's got Russell Burroughs.
Yes. Bump him up.
Yeah, we'll bump him up.
What did you guys think of Yanni's size? I know we talked about. We think he's going 49. I thought he looked bigger.
I didn't. I looked at him. I was like, looks
really?
Exact. Yeah, I was like, looks.
I thought he looked more muscular.
Everyone said that.
I think he looked thicker also to me, Bracky. I saw that too, for sure.
Okay, that's interesting.
What was the weigh-in though?
I don't know. Let's see if one of our guys on the ground knew. But
Mr. Hilger said he weighed 272 pounds.
I don't think Yanni was that big, but he definitely looked thicker to me. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think he's going 49, right?
Yes, I would assume that's the case.
Yeah, so he's good. Good match, great match. I haven't heard the final tally on how much money was raised for Beat the Streets. Hopefully we'll have that. We'll put out a release about that. Good stuff. I'm sure it's not too late to donate if you have an inclination to do so.
I'm sure that they'll take your money anytime you want.
Right? Yes, that's what I found about these organizations. They will take your money. It's fine. Okay. So, where to next? So we announced the 8-man, and as we thought and hoped, there's a lot of interest in the match from competitors. Really excited about that. So a few names of athletes that seem to be interested, if not very, very interested. Gabe Dean, I think, really wants in, which is interesting because everyone thought he was retired. And he's like, there's retired, and then there's pass up on $20K potentially retired. And those are different levels of retirement. Kyvan Gadsden, I think if it was just 10 pounds more, he would do it. I even think still deep down he's like, maybe I could do it. I just remember Kyvan, he was a big 97, and I've often referenced after day one of Cliff Keen, him when he beats. He was cutting weight. We were there because
I was with you. I think someone was fighting, and I was with you guys, and Kyvan was cutting weight forever.
Because it was literally just flow. We were just there working because back in the day, we couldn't upload matches in real time. We had to wait till the end, and it was a whole thing. And Kyvan was there cutting weight forever, and he had made weight that day, right? So it's not like he was, hitting the buffets or just reckless. He had made weight less than 24 hours before. So he's just big, right? He's a big guy. He went up to 240. So I don't think he can make it, but I think if he could, he would.
Well, listen, Kyvan, when I saw the name on the list, that was not a name I was considering to be on the list. I'm interested in that, and I think he could win the bracket for sure.
For sure, he could. Absolutely, Kyvan could win it. And I think that's probably why he's like, "Can I do this? Can I freaking make it down to 195?"
Can he make it or not? What do you think? I don't think he can.
It's 3 hours. It's the 3 hour thing that I'm like, I think he could corpse it, day before and hope for a good recovery. But 3 hours, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's probably the thing for him. Ben Provisor apparently is interested. Shakur Rashid, Drew Foster, Miles Amin, Miles Martin. Any other people named Miles might be interested?
I saw Dake tweet about it.
What did he say?
Oh, geez.
He said he knows a guy, which I believe he was referencing Gabe Dean.
He's referencing Gabe Dean.
Oh, I thought he was talking about himself there.
No.
I don't think so.
Are you sure he wasn't talking
No,
about himself?
I'm not sure.
I would.
Hey, speaking of that, I gave Kyle Dake some solid Bitcoin advice. We talked about it for a while. And I asked him what the LOL was about, and he never responded. How rude.
I already told you what it was about. You can listen to me or you cannot.
Does him not answering you make us right?
That's an answer,
or
too.
Like, make
That's
you think we were right?
I feel like Kyle Dake would just come out and say it. So maybe he just wants us to wonder, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe he's tired of stabbing the bear. Maybe he's like, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm pretty sure that's what it was about. I'm not pretty sure. I know it, factually, without anyone ever telling me.
You don't know it factually. You're mind reading, Piles.
I'm mind reading. I've made up my mind about it. I know that much. Okay. So, other names. Maybe Bo Nickel gets involved. I don't know. That would be really cool. But how's this for a wild card? Someone who's currently in your neck of the woods. What if Braxton Amos entered?
I'm interested in that. I mean, I guess my initial feeling would be I don't really know that he can compete with the best guys in this bracket, Bo Nickel and whatnot. But I mean, there's definitely a level. Yeah. There's definitely a level of curiosity of like how good is he? I mean, he doesn't lose a lot, so there's that. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
Yeah, my dream would be get AJ Ferrari and Braxton Amos in, have them wrestle in round one, right? And then you get like 6 other really salty senior level guys. I think that'd be a fun little wrinkle. I don't think AJ wants the match personally.
Ooh, Piles instigating.
Not instigating. No,
that's called instigating. Listen, I am instigator Christian. I know what instigating looks like. That was instigating.
Well, we tried to make them
exactly what I would say if I want someone to wrestle. I'd say I don't really think they want it.
Here's the reality. We tried to make the match happen. He didn't want to.
Okay.
So that's why I think that. It's not like.
And I would just say it live on air in front of millions of viewers.
I just did. There I went. But the good news is, hopefully, they will be at the same weight in college, and we'll get to figure it out. But it would have been a really cool thing because it's pretty rare that the top 2 pound-for-pound guys are in the same weight class. That hasn't happened since Valencia Hall, and then before then, I don't remember, right? So
yeah, it's been quite a while.
It's been a minute. Very excited about that. I'm hoping in the next week or so we're going to solidify the card. Ben really wants to do the lottery thing. I just think,
dude, it would be awesome. Can you imagine these guys calling each other out, and then Mike Mock would be like, "You got me first round. You didn't want that, punk. I'm gonna break your back."
Man, Mike Mock is the worst example for that because he's like the nicest person walking the earth right now. Do you know Mock at all?
Yeah. I hung out with him a little bit when I was in Raleigh. Really super nice guy.
Super nice. He's totally gonna call out Gabe Dan, who is also maybe another one of the nicest people around.
It would just be so fun to watch these guys try to navigate their spot in the bracket because, so many, and this is funny because so many wrestlers are so proud, like, with this mentality, I want the toughest guy, but then they're like, if I can navigate myself, so there's 3 of the toughest guys on the other side, and I'm number 4, I get 10K at least because I make the finals because I got the 3 other not-so-great guys on my side. I mean, think about the strategy there.
Okay, yeah, but think about our strategy. If we're trying to make it as compelling as possible, what if they take that out of our hands? We're just it's a self-own, Ben.
Take what out of your hands?
Okay, let's say there's compelling matchups that can be made all along the way. That's better for us, right? So why are we, it's just a self-dunk. Why are we going to dunk on ourselves?
All right, Kyle Dake just said, he said, "LOL, heard you're upset I didn't text you back." But he thinks the lottery idea is a great. He did not respond. He still did not respond to my previous text. But he does say the lottery is a great idea and we should do it.
Okay.
About that.
All right. We got Kyle Dake. Got a couple Hodge Trophy winners that like the idea.
Well, but I think part of the compelling it would create compelling narratives, Christian, because if you got some guy, how the wrestling community is. If you got some guy who weaseled himself into the easy side, everyone would be cheering for that dude to lose. Because they'd be like, oh, that dude snaked himself onto the easiest side. He needs to go down to this other guy that he thought he could beat easy.
I love it. I don't know how much they'll play that game. I feel like they'll be like, I don't care, just put me wherever or whatever, and just try.
Why wouldn't they though? I mean, because if you make the finals, it's $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I got a new wrinkle. For you, Christian. Ready for this one? Mm-hmm. What if you could put your name on the board somewhere, or you could put anyone's name on the board somewhere?
Okay. Now it's getting very complicated.
You can landmine people.
Oh my gosh. I was just waiting for the landmine thing to come up again.
Don't you remember when we did that and you got so mad?
Yes. Wait, which one made me mad? You kept saying someone got cradled. You're like, what can I do?
Yeah.
Logan Steber, I think, got cradled.
Yeah, Logan Steber got cradled, didn't he?
Who cradled him?
Who was it? Or the Bo Nickel? No, Bo Nickel cradled Logan Steber, right?
No, you had Colin Moore pin Jake Varner too, didn't you?
Oh, Fireman's carried him.
Yeah.
I think I said someone got cradled. And you said, yeah. Well, when we would reference that result, you'd be like, well, he pinned him. Well, he caught him in a fireman's carry. As though it happened. That
was such a fun thing we did because we had to make up content out of nothing. And then I know a lot of people got mad at us. A lot. Jordan Burroughs, he got very upset with the result of the fact that he got ridden out. Not our problem.
He just says he got ridden out.
That's what you kept saying. Well, it's a riding time point.
It's not my fault. He got ridden out. I don't know what to do.
You're like, you should have got out, as though he had an option.
You should have escaped, Master. You lost because you got ridden too long. Don't get mad at me. But we
need to pull up the Jordan Burroughs, the fastest escape ever. Boop, quick stand up, turn and cut. That
was Jordan Lean. That wasn't Kyle Dake. Kyle Dake might return him a couple times. Got over a minute.
Oh my gosh, daggone it, man. Yeah, so Mr. Funny, Instigator.
Right? Oh man, that was good times. Who won the Wrestler of the Decade? I'm blanking now. Was it Burroughs? Burroughs came back. Burroughs lost in his weight class and then came back and won the Wrestler of the Decade. Correct?
Yes. How did
you freaking landmine Dake.
Oh, yeah.
I did?
No, he did.
He did. Oh, you did. I remember that.
Who beat him?
I don't even remember, but you landmined him.
David Taylor, I think.
David Taylor.
Taylor landmine. Right? Wasn't that what happened?
Could have been.
Man, we need to rewind the tape for those episodes. You know what's funny now is it's now. I mean, that wasn't ancient history, right? That was 4 months ago or
Feels
whatever.
Like it.
It feels like ancient history, but it's so funny because at least in my head, all those guys are so competitive. There's no real good reason that one would beat the other. So it's like, oh, who did we actually pick at the time? And at the time we had to come up with reasoning because we were forced to pick someone. Yes. But the truth of the matter is, they're all just so good. It's kind of like hard to pick people.
Yes, it's very hard. Although I had strong convictions about Jordan Ernest Burroughs.
You lost. You got so mad.
Well, I think he won the pound for pound greatest of all time of the decade ever. So, jokes on you. All right. I want to just let's get to some questions. What do you say?
Yeah, I guess. When are you? Let me ask you this: when are you closing off the entries for the 195 pound bracket? Is it going to be like this Sunday? Are you entries are closed this Sunday, and then you're gonna pick them next week, or what is the process of that?
I would imagine by next week we will have our 8.
Okay, and then when's the lottery draw happening?
Sometime between next week and October 31st, Halloween.
Let's fly. We can fly them to who's number 1. Lottery draw, battle royale style. They're all in the same room. And then they might even get a fight on camera, and that would be extra juicy.
Then all the coaches get NCAA violations for coming to who's number 1 during a dead period. Nice try. You're trying to sabotage Gable Dean.
Does this mean there's gonna be no there's gonna be no coaches at Super 32 or anything like that?
I think so. I don't know how they could go.
You want to know where my conspiracy theorist brain went with this, Piles?
Oh boy, not really, but yes.
Well, yeah, of course you do. Of course. I was thinking, what if the member institutions said, hey man, we're dropping programs like Iowa and Minnesota did, which are two very healthy athletic departments prior to Corona, and said, hey NCAA, how about this? You're going to save our athletic department $500,000 if you don't let us recruit.
Oh.
Because think about all the money that every athletic department is going to save by not flying people in for official visits, not paying for their housing, not paying for their food, not sending their coaches to all these tournaments, not sending their coaches on official visit, home visits. Like, I mean, I was just kind of in my head doing math on just a wrestling program, not all sports, because a lot of sports have 20
football.
sports. I mean, wrestling's got to be $50,000 when you count in all the official visits and all the tournaments and all the home visits. It's got to be $50,000.
Yeah, I don't even consider that a conspiracy theory. Really, I think that just makes sense to me.
Well, but when they say it's because they want to have safety, and when the true answer is that they just want to save money, then you're having something that is the real answer that they're not proposing is the real answer.
Right. No, that makes a ton of sense. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that was the reality. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be saving some cold hard cash.
Also, I got an update on the Yanni Kinchegashvili weigh-in.
Oh, baby.
It was at 68 kilograms the day before.
68 day before.
Which is 149 pounds.
Yeah,
wow.
So he's bigger.
149.
Wow.
What a coincidental weight.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wide open. Ben's not down. Okay. I kind of want like one smaller dude to like throw their hat in the ring at the 195. I want like a wrinkle.
But I mean, and no one besides Burroughs and Dake are really gonna, and maybe Imar, but he's hurt obviously, are gonna really have a chance here. I mean, you know who might do it? Nolf might do it.
That's what I'm saying. Someone like a Nolf. Someone.
Nolf, do it.
Do it.
We double dog dare you.
Oh my gosh, Jason! Now what are you gonna do? Now,
wait, did you see that video they shared of him dancing? I mean, this guy is susceptible to double dog dares because there's no way that was his idea to dance like that on camera.
He's silly.
A Cardi B dance.
I mean, I don't know what kind of dance it was. It sounds just kind of strange dance that I thought was kind of inappropriate. Jason, I thought he was. Wasn't like that, but you never know. So maybe
definitely the Cardi B dance if it was inappropriate.
It was inappropriate. Cardi B was involved. She is the queen, of inappropriateness.
Okay.
Yeah, I want some little guy. Jordan Oliver. He was tweeting about it. Could he win one? Could he beat one of these guys? I don't know. It'd just be fun to see. It's fun because in like jiu-jitsu, you have like the absolute, and you got like 130 pounders going against 200. But jiu-jitsu is obviously very different. In terms of how size impacts it, but still, it'd be fun to see.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kyle Dake we know could do it because he made the Olympic trials finals at 86 as a basically 74. Okay. Go to a couple questions, and then we'll get the heck out of here. What do you think, Ben?
What are you guys doing this weekend? You guys got something exciting going on? I got the AWA duels. Getting prepping for that. Izzy was being annoying. Wouldn't get his lineup in. I finally got it yesterday. Yesterday night, about time. I think we're all set up. I don't think that we have any huge issues that I'm all that worried about. So I'm looking forward to a really good weekend of wrestling.
Yeah, plug that start time and everything. Day and start time.
Yeah. Well, so we're not starting until 3 p.m. on Saturday, and then we're doing Sunday morning. And the idea was that they're all Midwestern teams, so most of them won't have to stay 2 nights in a hotel, right? They can wake up Saturday morning, drive over here, do the weigh-ins, wrestle. Stay in a hotel, wrestle the next day, get home before too late.
You thought this through.
Yeah. I mean, I want to make it as convenient as possible. I don't want to make them spend that much money. We got 14 teams. We were at, so we had a few drop off at the last minute. Unfortunately, we were at 16. But it should be some really good competition.
Okay. You can watch.
So, Saturdays all pool play. Saturdays, we have 4 different pools, a 4-4, a 3-3. And then Sunday, it'll be the top 8 going one, and then the bottom 6 going another. And they wrestle it out till there's a champion.
Get some of that mat time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you can watch every match live on Flow, so please do so. Next up, the question is: Alex Daringer Ben's son? What tips are you going to give him for the match with Nickel?
I would say don't use your underhook that much.
Wow. Really?
What?
I mean, that makes it tough. He's really good from there.
He's really good from there, but Bo's also really good from there. So sometimes it's about neutralizing your opponent's best weapon. And I would say get to a head inside single and get up to your feet if possible, because obviously in freestyle that makes your options a lot easier. Obviously, if you shoot a head inside single, it's down the mat on Bo Nickel. That can be quite challenging. But Deeran's just big and strong, so I think he could drive up to his feet with the single leg.
So would you say avoid the post double, post high crotch he likes?
Post double would be good. We could do some of that.
Okay. Whatever. All right. The combined letters of this is a question from yesterday, but I think it's interesting. The combined number of letters in Yanni and Kinche's last names is 27. Will any beat the streets beat the number that number of points? And yes, Cologne and Gross did. So I wanted to call back to that because Dank 922 was on.
Oh, that was made before the match. Oh, yeah. That would have been a good over-under, Christian. 27. 14 was not a good over-under. 27 would have been a good over-under.
Andy Swalinski, do you think we'll see Etchemendy versus Yanni match this season, folk style or freestyle? How do you think that goes in both styles?
I'm in for either style.
Yeah,
it could be fantastic. You know what? I mean, you guys can obviously disagree with me if you'd like, but Yanni's not, he's done so much freestyle. He does not have a huge top game in folk style. So, I mean, I could see, Etchemendy matching up more better. It's not. We'll go with terrible English. More better with Yanni because it'll primarily be a neutral battle than maybe someone who like a Zayn who is great on top.
I agree with that. I would obviously say that freestyle would be more beneficial for Etchemendy. I think that's just where he's wrestled a bunch, but the difference would not be as vast. I'm just curious with Etchemendy. How does he stack up against these guys? I have a hard time picturing him beating a Yanni, but man, I have a hard time picturing a 10-0 with that level of ease for Yanni against a Josh Saunders. As good as Josh Saunders is, I think he probably would tech him, but man, Etchemendy made that look really easy 1 year ago.
Yeah, he did.
And his training's only been more consistent since he's been at Ohio State. I'm not putting Etchemendy over Yanni in anything other than gymnastics things at this point, but he's certainly outstanding.
Yeah, I'm in. I hope it happens at least a couple times and hopefully in multiple styles, although we don't know that Etchemendy is eligible for
yes, I did reach out about that. He is not yet able to represent Team USA.
Okay.
So, know that.
Hey, weren't they supposed to make a decision about Senior Worlds a couple days ago? Whatever happened with that?
We heard it was probably going to be this week, but I don't know. Maybe keep your eyes peeled for...
Could be a classic Friday
news dump. Yeah.
That's what they do on Fridays. I don't know if UW does that, but... most professional acting wrestler in college. I thought this was interesting. I'm not sure exactly what we meant.
Exactly.
Maybe this most adult guy. When I think professional, I think in my realm of like how you work with media, kind of outside your team. Yeah. I would say, definitely Yanni in my experience. Just like super professional, good dude.
Good pick.
Yeah, so probably him. But I don't spend time with all the wrestlers either. There's a lot of good dudes. But he seems to like get his responsibility as a student athlete and a wrestler and all that stuff.
Yes. So
Ben Randolph, if these bracket tournaments end up being a long-term thing, is the next what you're looking at 155 or something different? So yeah, our plan is for this to be a long-term thing, something we consistently do. And we're open on the weight. I think 150 would be the next one we would do. That's what we've
150.
Kind of been throwing around. You get some of the lighter.
Do you think you'll? I would think you need to bump it up to get a few. Maybe you could get a few of those 74s to come down if you bump it up a few pounds. But at 150, will you get him to come down?
If you're a 74, I don't think you're coming down to 155.
Some of them would.
Maybe James Green would.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be one.
Yeah, so no, I think we're looking at 150 because I think we could. I forget why we arrived at that. I just think we would get most of the 65s and not eliminate some of the. Even like a 61 guy, I could see throwing their hat in the ring at 55, at 50.
Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking, like, what about, like, kind of 140, like we mentioned? Would you get any, if you put it close enough to 65, would you get any of the 65s to come down? And then it'd be a weight class where the smaller guys wouldn't feel, especially because we have a whole bunch of those 61s that are really shrinking themselves because 61's not an Olympic weight.
Right.
Would they feel comfortable going up to, say, 140 or 142, where a 65 could also make that weight? I don't want to say relatively easy, but they could make it.
Yeah, we talked about 140 to get some of the 57 and 61s in there. The problem is a lot of the best 57s are college wrestlers. The 20 grand, the NCAA doesn't want them to make money. So that's a complication, right? Like Dayton, Vito, Spencer, Suriano. So that's that when you lose that kind of a chunk, and that's why we started with 195 because we just felt there were just so many different wrestlers to pull from. We know we'll be able to put a really high quality 8-man on. We'll see where we go next. I think 155 in that area, 155, 150 is where we will wind up.
That would be really interesting to see if like you said, a littler guy, say like a Joe Colon, right? Someone threw their hat in the ring that was way smaller. That would be very fascinating to see what happens.
Yes, completely agree. Can we have a card with Pico and Molinaro running it back, and also have Dylan Palacio on it? Dude, I would love that. And it sounds like Pico would like kind of entertain a comeback if he was going to do it. He would do it like for real and like get ready and want to like a camp, but he would like pause to prepare himself for a wrestling match. So that would be exciting if it could happen. I'd love to see. I mean, Molinaro has since retired, but I think he's the kind of guy who would definitely throw his hat in the ring at a 150 type of competition. Dylan Palacio, love to have Dylan Palacio. I don't know if he trains wrestling like at all anymore, but
I'm guessing no.
I'm guessing no. It's a no for me, dog. But he stays in shape, so that's the thing. All right. Anything else, Ben, before we go?
No. Tune in. We got our matches this weekend. Hopefully some really good ones will come out there. Yeah, I saw a handful of national ranked guys on a few different teams. Jordan's team, it's good guys. Southern Illinois has a really good team. Izzy's got a good team. So a bunch of really good teams coming in. Should be a lot of fun.
Which team has the most seeding points, Ben?
I believe Izzy is number 1 seed. So like I said, the top. Let me click over. I'll just find it. So the top handful were all relatively close together. I think it was 1 through 6. Hold on, give me one. I have one more click to make here, and I will be there. Yeah. So 1 through 5 were really close. So the 1 through 5 would be Izzy, Southern Illinois RTC, Donahoe, AWA 1, and Team Jordan. All were kind of like really bunched up in that top 5. And after that, it kind of dropped off a little bit to number 6.
Sick. Well, we'll be tuning in 3:00 tomorrow. I can't wait for that. And yeah, hope everyone has a good weekend. We will be back Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
With plenty to talk about, I am sure. Hopefully some more news about the 8-man and maybe some other good news. You never know. Thanks so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed Beat the Streets. All the matches and interviews are up if you want to check those out. Please do. Hear from Yanni, hear from Gable, Kinchegashvili, Ampar, all those guys. Hear their thoughts after the match. Watch the matches. If you haven't got to see them yet, they're also up on the site. Congratulations. Enjoy those. Have a good weekend. Football. Any big games? Give us one good spread to bet, Bracky.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked yet.
He hasn't looked at
I
it
haven't
yet.
done my deep dive yet.
All right, deep dive coming. Maybe
That's usually Friday afternoon. Then you put the bets in.
All right, check his Twitter at KBracky. Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right, see you guys.